What's up, everybody? I'm Corey Knapp. This is 90 on Peachtree. We're coming to you after Atlanta United's loss in the CONCACAF Champions League quarterfinals to the Philadelphia Union. They've been knocked out. And today, first off, it's just a great time to let's just take a deep breath. Okay. We said in our first video, our first episode of this season, the best expectations for Atlanta United this season were no expectations. During these two legs against the Union in the CCL, we kind of saw the reason why. We saw great signs of what this team could be. A fun, attacking, up-and-down team who's going to play with a lot of pace, a lot of flair, and have a lot of flashes of really brilliant play and flashes that just have you glued to the TV and you can't take your eyes off the attack going up and down the pitch. And then we also saw a lot of illustrations of what this team currently is, a very young work in progress. They have a first-year coach in MLS. They have a lot of young players, either in their first experience playing in North America or playing in the United States. They're young overall. They have MLS, Champions League MLS every 3 days. That's a lot to ask of a team, especially under a new coach and especially with so many new bodies coming in, that they're just learning. And we saw a great flash, a great 45 minutes of what they could be. And this episode would probably be different if they had converted a couple of those chances in that first leg against Philadelphia. But the rest of those 135 minutes or so is kind of where the team is at now. They're young, they're making mistakes that young teams make, and that it's okay to make. They're being aggressive, they're playing hard. We definitely can't knock them for that. The effort is there. It's just a few missing pieces that will continue to come in time. And that's where we're at now. It's all MLS all the time now. The team's going to get a chance to get healthy. Heinz is going to have a week between just about every game. They're going to have great practice time. They're going to be able to really fine-tune those rotations. They're going to have to get a lot better at creating offense through the middle of the field. They're going to have to get a lot more precise in their crosses from both sides of the field with Lennon on the right, Bello on the left. And they're just going to have to continue to learn and adapt to what Heinz wants to implement in his system and continue to learn and impart his style of play and his system of play. And from there, ideally what happens is they get in a nice routine playing every weekend. They get good rest in between. They're able to practice a lot. Joseph is able to take bigger strides from game to game rather than having to manage his minutes in an MLS game with a CCL game a couple days after the fact. And they're just going to be able to get into that nice pattern and routine of rest and rhythm, and then they're just going to be able to let it eat for 90 minutes. And that's when it's going to get really fun, once this team can get a steady rotation and a steady feel for how they're playing and how they want to play, and what's going to go, and kind of knowing what's going to happen every weekend as the 90 minutes progress. So it's Inter Miami next on Sunday afternoon for Atlanta United. We'll get to see our old pal LGP, and hopefully Atlanta just plays with that same kind of intensity that we saw on Tuesday. They didn't get the result against Philly, but man, they played really well for how much Philly was letting them come in and how much they kind of parked the bus. They kept the intensity up the whole 90 minutes. Again, the effort was there, which at this point, again, with so many moving pieces, so many guys coming in and out of the lineup, that's all you can ask for is a good effort and a good shift put in. And I think that's what they're getting. And the intensity goes from Heinze all the way down to every player on the bench and every player that's on the pitch. And if other coaches want to call our guy, our manager, an asshole for being a little too intense or for wanting the soccer to be a little more engaging and fun on the pitch rather than laying down and wasting time, then they can do that. We'll do our own thing. And Atlanta United has a really good opportunity here to just get some practice time, to get a really steady routine going over the next few weeks. It'll be one match a week, and we'll really get to see the growth of the young players, the growth of Heinze as a manager, and hopefully once Joseph gets that first goal back for him, they'll really start to come in bunches. That'll take a little bit of the pressure off him, and we'll really get to see this team turn it up to 11. So once again, that does it for CCL. It's all MLS from here on out for Atlanta United. It's a shame that they had to play so many matches so soon, and we still don't have quite the full picture of what this team's going to look like. But hey, we could do a whole episode on the MLS scheduling and the CCL scheduling and how those kind of cannibalize each other. But that's for another episode. You guys enjoy the match on Sunday. I'm Corey Knapp. We'll see you back here next week on 90 on Peachtree.